Welcome back to Chaos and Carry-Ons. Before we jump in, we want to take just a second to say welcome, especially if this is your first time listening. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Shelby. We're real-life moms, friends, and Disney-loving travelers who talk all things travel, Disney, family trips, and the beautiful chaos that comes with packing it all up and going away.
Some of our episodes are educational, some are chit-chatty, some are personal, and a lot of them are a mix of all three.
Our goal is to help you plan trips that feel magical and realistic without feeling overwhelmed or like you're doing it wrong.
And today's episode is definitely on the educational side because we are answering one of the most common questions that we get.
Is the Disney dining plan worth it?
We get this one constantly. DMs, emails, text messages, conversations at church on a Sunday morning.
And the honest answer is, it truly depends.
Yes, which is why we know it's not one of the most satisfying answers, but it really does look different for every family.
So this will depend on how you eat, how you tour, your kids' ages, how much you want to think about food while you're on vacation, all play a role.
So today we're breaking it down in a way that's helpful but not overwhelming.
Chaos and carry-ons, let's go. Disney dreams in tow, you know. Every flight and every ride, join the journey, come inside.
So we're going to talk about what the Disney dining plan is. So the Disney dining plan is a prepaid meal plan that you can add on to your Walt Disney World vacation package.
You pay for meals ahead of time, and then during your trip, you use meal credits and snack credits instead of paying at each location.
Some families love it for budgeting, and that way you know how much you're going to spend before you ever get there.
Others love it because it feels more all-inclusive and it helps you to avoid that sticker shock once you're in the park. But we're going to start out with the quick service dining plan because this is a great option for families who don't want to worry about reservations.
So per person, per night of your stay, it includes 2 quick service meals, 1 snack, and 1 refillable resort mug.
Think mobile ordering, counter service meals, but with lots of flexibility.
And then your standard Disney dining plan includes 1 table service meal, 1 quick service meal, 1 snack, and 1 refillable resort mug per person per night of your stay.
Yes, so this is the plan when people say the Disney dining plan, this is usually the plan that they are referring to.
So there's a common misconception that I just want to go ahead and get out of the way right now. It's a big one, and we want to clear this up because I have clients say this to me all the time, and I have to correct them. I don't know where along the way this came to be, but anyways, it's a huge misconception.
Yeah, you do not need the Disney dining plan, either plan, to eat at a Disney restaurant.
So you can make dining reservations, character dining reservations, and sit-down restaurant reservations without the dining plan.
Yes, we do it all the time. You just pay at the restaurant like normal. I'm like you, I don't know why that this became a thing, but people ask me this too.
So you can use your credit card, Magic Band, room charge. All of those are totally fine.
The dining plan doesn't even unlock you from restaurants. It literally is just changing how you pay. So there's not some magic system that if you have the dining plan, you're going to get a better time. I don't know. What do you want to say? VIP, first dibs? That's not a thing.
A lot of people ask me, like, can I have breakfast with Mickey without a dining plan? But yeah, I mean, you can reserve Ohana, which is a very popular restaurant at the Polynesian, Chef Mickey at the Contemporary, any of the restaurant, well, I should say many of the restaurants in the parks, the hotels, even Disney Springs. You do not have to have the dining plan. You can reserve those whether you're on a dining plan or not.
So let's get into the 2026 changes because there are a few important things to know.
Some restaurants are no longer participating in the dining plan, especially certain specialty and signature locations.
And of course, the pricing has slightly increased compared to previous years.
But Disney is continuing to offer select Kids Eat Free promos on certain 2026 packages, but those are very date specific, so ask your travel agent about that.
Okay, Shelby, you know we like to do these imaginary trips, so let's walk through a realistic day for a family of 4. Let's just say 2 adults and 2 kids, and we're going to Magic Kingdom.
Okay, We're going to have breakfast at one of my all-time favorites in Magic Kingdom, the Crystal Palace with Winnie the Pooh and all his friends.
So out of pocket, that's going to be about $55 to $65 per adult and $35 to $40 for children. We should also say children's age on the dining plan is the same as the ticket. It's 3 to 9.
So then after you go to breakfast at Crystal Palace, a few hours later, you're going to be thirsty. You're going to want a snack. So we're going for a couple sodas, a Mickey bar, a Mickey pretzel, and a Dole Whip. That easily is going to add up $35 to $45.
Have you ever went and your kids didn't want a snack? It doesn't happen.
No, it never happens. So then by the time you're ready for lunch, a quick service lunch in the park is easily around $70 to $80 for a family of 4.
Yes, easily. So, okay, now it's dinner time, and you're going to Tony's Town Square.
And that's easily $180 to $200 plus. It depends. And again, this depends on appetizers, desserts, drinks, whatever. So this looks different for everybody. We're just giving rough estimate for our imaginary family.
Okay, so now we've spent a full day, and you're looking at about just shy of $500 out of pocket.
Now, if you compare that to the standard dining plan, which is roughly $250 to $300 for that same day.
So in this imaginary scenario, the dining plan was saving money. But like Shelby said, this is going to depend on what you're ordering, how many snacks you're getting. All of that is going into consideration. So you can keep that in mind.
The Disney dining plan isn't about doing Disney the right way.
No, it's really about choosing what makes your trip easier and more enjoyable.
So dining plan or not, the food options are exactly the same. The plan just changes the math. So I do want to throw in here, when people ask me, is the dining plan worth it or not? I'm going to just say what I tell every single client that asks me that. And this is what I do for myself too, because sometimes I do trips with the dining plan and sometimes I do trips without the dining plan. And it honestly depends on what our plans for that vacation are. If we're going to be doing a lot of sit-down character meals, we're going to get more bang for our buck with the dining plan. If we're going to be staying in a DVC villa where we've got a kitchen and, let's be real, I never cook on vacation. But if I was going to, I'm not going to waste money on a dining plan because I wouldn't use it or get my money's worth. So there used to be a website, and I don't know if it still exists or not, but it was a Disney dining plan calculator, and you could plug in how many people you have, what ages they are, and your ideal number of sit-down restaurants, whatever. It would kind of give you an average and then tell you if the dining plan would save you money or not. I normally will just Google the restaurants that we're wanting to eat at, and you have to Google the menu with prices, because if you just Google the menu, it's not going to include pricing. I will do rough math because I know pretty much what we're going to eat, and then I kind of figure it up my own that way. Call me a nerd, I don't care. But that's what I do, and that's how I determine if the dining plan is worth it or not for me.
Okay. I don't think that we talked about this in the beginning. Shelby could correct me if I'm wrong. But we also need to explain specifically how the credits work, because people also get confused about this.
That is a great addition to this episode, and that's a genius idea. So since you are battling whatever crud you've got, do you want me to speak to this, or do you want to try to get through it with your coughs?
Yes, I'm going to let Shelby explain this because I'm struggling with my cough right now.
So when you're on a Disney dining plan, you are given a certain number of meal credits per night of your stay, which I said earlier. Most table service restaurants use 1 credit per person per meal. Easy enough. But Disney being Disney, some restaurants count as 2 credits instead of 1. These are typically your more signature or experience-based meals. Think character dining, dinner shows, higher-end restaurants. You're not just paying for food here, you're paying for the experience, the atmosphere, and sometimes the entertainment. So for example, something like a regular sit-down dinner at a resort restaurant, usually 1 credit. Breakfast at Cinderella's Royal Table in Cinderella's Castle is going to cost you 2 credits. This is why planning matters. If you blow all of your credits early on 2 credit meals, you might run out faster than you expect. On the flip side, if you strategically mix 1 credit meals with 1 or 2 special 2 credit meals, you can really maximize the value of your dining plan. The bottom line is, before you book your dining reservations, always check how many credits a restaurant uses. It can make or break whether the dining plan is actually worth it for your family. Another misconception is that you have to use one per day. You do not. If you check in and you're staying for 8 days or 8 nights and you've got 8 credits, you could use all 8 of those in that one day if you want to. You don't have to do them one per day. You can bulk them up.
Yes, and we should also say that you need to keep a running list of how many credits that you have, because, you know, you're thinking 1 credit for me, 1 credit for my husband, 1 credit for each of these kids. I've done it before where you get to the end of the vacation and you've forgotten to use your Disney dining plan on the kids' snacks. Mm-hmm. Then you're buying treats to go home because you're realizing you have credits left. So make sure you keep track of that.
And I think they print it out on the receipts. They used to, but I also think there is a section in My Disney Experience for that on the app where it'll show you. So keep up with that a couple days before your checkout so you're not going home with 12 bags of Mickey-shaped gummy bears.
That's going to wrap it up for our Disney Dining Plan episode. Thanks for listening to Chaos and Carry-Ons.
If you found this episode helpful, be sure to follow along, share with a friend planning a Disney trip. May your snacks be plentiful and your Mickey bars never melt, but if not, that's where the fun begins. Bye!